I don't know about you guys, but when my kids first started asking for a Bluetooth speaker, I kind of chuckled and I thought, what in the hell does somebody want a portable speaker for? Maybe I was an old man. I didn't get it. Anyway, I ended up winning one at an auction one time, or one of them where you unwrap a Christmas present a bunch of times and then you fight each other over it. It was at a staff party. I won one. I brought it home and I thought, it's set for 6 months, never used it. Finally decided to use it. And I never stopped after that. I don't know why I didn't use it before, but I loved it. It just made work so much easier. It was just another way to listen to music, or, didn't need headphones. Anyway, they're great, but two downsides to it. Number one, with the built-in battery, I always forget to charge it. And number two, they have those micro USBs, which should be called paper USBs or something, because they absolutely break so easy. I would get about a year out of one of those, and then I'd have to replace it because I just couldn't get a connection anymore. So a couple of months ago, when I was walking through Home Depot doing my normal walk through the tool aisle, I spied this little beast right here, and I decided to add him to my Christmas list for Santa Claus. Toolman Tim here. Welcome back to the workshop where we build business, create community, find freedom, and share success. It's another tool time gear review, and it's a beautiful, wonderful Wednesday, and here we are to do it. Real quick before we dig into the review, if you're looking for this product or really anything from Amazon, just go to the link below, click on it, check it out. If you buy anything from Amazon in the next 24 hours after doing that link, it'll support my channel. I'll get a small commission, and I thank you for it. All right, guys, so once again, I think you probably know by now if you've been following my channel, I got some scratches on my hands, but if you were to actually prick me, I think you'd find some yellow and black blood in there, because everything that came out from under the Christmas tree this year had black and yellow or yellow and black. I've got so many tools to do reviews on. I'm looking forward to it. We'll spread out the Dewalt stuff so you don't get tired of listening to me talk about it all the time. But I absolutely wanted to have this Bluetooth speaker. I actually gave 2 of them away this year for giveaways on the YouTube channel and for our local Facebook page before I even owned one for myself. I knew they'd be good. I wanted one, but my wife wouldn't let me open them up and play with them. I had to wait for Santa to bring me one. 4.5 stars out of 5 with over 4,500 reviews. People like this. And the only negative reviews were the people who say, I thought it had an AM/FM radio on it and I wanted that. And I'm like, it literally says on the box, Bluetooth speaker. Doesn't say anything about AM/FM. And then people are like, I thought it was a charger. So basically people whose expectations were wrong because they didn't do the research. Those were the only negative reviews I could really find. The list of pros with this guy are long and varied, and I don't even know where to start, but let's check it out. The thing is built like a brick shit house, like a tank, whatever you want to call it. Something you don't see much anymore. Metal grills on the front of the speaker so you can beat it up, knock it around. It's great. Everything's rubber on the corners, rubber on the side here. You'll see an aux-in port and a USB out, so you can charge your phone from the Dewalt battery while you listen to your music. Another cool feature, right up here on top, there's a tray built in so you can sit your phone this way or this way while you're listening to your Bluetooth music. What did I think of the music itself, or the player? I'll show you a little bit of the music. I obviously won't play the music, but I'll show you a screen clip from my Apple Music of what I tested it with. Some high quality tunage, and it was really good. I would say it maybe wasn't quite as good as some of the other speakers I've used, but it was loud enough, it was clear enough, and when you've got somebody beating and pounding with a hammer in the background or cutting wood with a saw or somebody yammering on, you just want background noise anyway. The podcast I listened to, crystal clear with it. Apparently the runtime is absolutely astounding. Most guys say they can run it on a full 40 to 50 hour work week on one 5 amp hour battery. No problem at all getting a day's work out of it with one of the little 1.5 or 2 amp hour batteries. The buttons, again, everything's waterproof, so they're rubber covered. There's no gaps for water to get into it. On the back here, if I can get it off, you'll see this little clip I like this design. My charger that I'm going to do a review on down the road has it as well. So it snaps into place so that if you were to drop it, the battery can't pop off and go break. Another thing that made this a notch above my Dewalt inflation station was this is both battery powered and AC 110 volt powered as well. And you know what? The damn thing came with a cord, unlike the inflation station, which is fine. I knew it wasn't coming with one, but I just thought it was pretty cool that they threw that in. But you can't do both at the same time. The plug is in the back, right where the battery port is, which makes sense because probably catch the damn thing on fire. The Bluetooth pairing was so simple. Hit the power button, hit the Bluetooth button, go on my phone and select it. I've had some Bluetooth speakers that were such a pain in the ass that I just wanted to throw them across the room because they'd either lose their pairing or the pairing was so complicated that you needed either a PhD or you had to speak a different language. This, yeah, it's as simple as it could be. Again, Dewalt knocked it out of the park. They engineered really well, and it just does exactly what it needs to do. It's got dual 3-inch speakers for what that's worth. It has extended bass. The bass was good. I'm happy with it. I wanted something, if this thing doesn't last me 5 years, there'll be a problem with it. I wanted something that I didn't have to replace and allowed me to use my existing Dewalt battery infrastructure. And this hit all those buttons. You know me, I love a product that is designed to do one thing and do it properly without any extra bells or whistles, and that's what this guy does. One more nice little feature, which most of them come with, you can control your phone with the buttons on here. So say you get your phone sitting in your truck and you get this on the job site because maybe it's raining. You can switch through tracks, fast forward, rewind. Is that still a thing? Skip forward, skip back, whatever. Just using those buttons up there. So I like that. I like being able to do that. And yeah, like I said, the sound is pretty darn good. I wouldn't put it on par with some of the better ones, like my son has a Sony Bluetooth speaker and it definitely has better sound quality. But for what this does, it's rugged, built like a tank, and it's going to play music for an entire week's worth of work on one battery. I like it. So what are the cons with this guy? Well, I had to stretch long and hard to even find any. But a couple little pet peeves. There's no onboard storage for the cord, nowhere to put it. It would be really nice because I can tell you what's going to happen with this. I'm going to set it down and it's going to disappear like every other small little accessory and item that I ever have. I try not to. I have a drawer for them, but I swear they go to the same place that the socks from the dryer go to. So for what it's worth, it would have been nice if they'd have built something in. The Dewalt or the inflation station has it, but doesn't come with a cord. This comes with a cord, but doesn't have room to store it. Really, the only other pet peeve that I had is this right here. You see the battery sticks out a long ways. When you pick it up, it doesn't sit level. That's neither here nor there. It would just be really nice even if they recessed the battery pocket, so say an amp and a half or 2 amp hour battery would just fit in there flush. Just gives it less chance of getting broken or anything like that. But whatever. Not the end of the world. Set it this way, set it that way, and it works. It holds the battery in. And honestly, I feel like I'm nitpicking a little bit because I just like the product that much. What did some of the reviewers say that they didn't like about it? Well, number one was that it didn't have an AM/FM radio. I cannot remember the last time that I listened to terrestrial radio. But I guess in a pinch, in a grid down, power outage, preparedness situation, it would be really nice to have a radio. But I've got a lot of other radios that I can make work. I can hop in my vehicle and listen to it there. But sure, it would be. But you know what? If it helps keep the price down or increases the quality a little bit somewhere else, I'm fine with it not having AM/FM stereo built in, or radio. And it doesn't say anywhere on the product that it does, but apparently a lot of their old speakers used to. But it's just something that people don't need anymore. And the other was apparently the older ones were also a charger. Again, I just don't see the need for it. If you're doing any amount of work, you're either going to have a regular charger with you that's going to do it better, quicker, faster, or you're going to have one of them high-end chargers that hold 4 batteries, and you don't give a shit about that either way. I don't need it to be a charger. I can see where some people might want it to be, but again, doesn't say it on the box, doesn't say it in the product description online. So some people get a little ticked off over it not having things they think it should have, but it doesn't have those. So who is this product for? Well, it's definitely for Toolman Tim because, like I said, I love my Dewalt stuff. But it's for the handyman who likes to hang out in his garage and drink beer on Sunday or Saturday and listen to the, well, not the ball. Yeah, you can stream your ball game to that, no problem at all. That's why we don't need a radio anymore. But to sit out in the garage and work all day and let it play in the background and not worry about it plugging it in, turning it off and doing that again next weekend, and doing that for 3 months before you have to charge the battery that's in it. It's for the handyman or the carpenter who goes to work and works all week and wants music to listen to in the background. This guy's going to be there. You can leave it outdoors in the weather, not a problem. It's going to work. You'll get a whole week out of the charge from what they say. Who isn't this for? Well, I would say it's definitely not for a teenager. They're going to want something more compact and something that's USB chargeable. But for anybody who uses the Dewalt battery platform, this is a no-brainer. I was tired of buying the cheap Bluetooth speakers that I break after a year. I just before Christmas knocked my speaker off the shelf where I was painting at that rental and cracked the base on it pretty bad. I hadn't quite ruined the USB port on the back, but it was getting really close, and I just had it just over a year. So I wanted something like this. This fit the bill. This absolutely does exactly what they say it will. It lasts way longer than you'd expect it to, and it's built like a tank. So guys, thanks for dropping by for another Tool Time gear review. I love doing these. They're always a lot of fun. If you haven't subscribed yet, please hit that subscribe button. A new review video every Wednesday. We have 3 videos here on the YouTube channel, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And if you hit the Odyssey link at the description below, you'll get an exclusive video every single Saturday over there. They will make their way around here after about a month or so, but they're going to be exclusive on the Odyssey channel for that time. Anyway, guys, as always, stay happy, stay healthy, and have a great week.